Hey everybody, it's been a minute since I've uploaded a video or anything pretty much, and here I have the legend, Peter Zila, came down to deliver my ProPulse 300. Basically in this video we're going to be showing, Peter will be showing and talking about Dual Shield Flux score. That's 0.045. The ProPulse 300 has been an absolute beast. This thing is an amazing machine. Got the water cooler with it, water cooler with it, and I think it's a 501 gun as well, probably like 15 feet or something of that nature. He's gonna basically show me on this grapple here and play around on it a little bit. Left it outside in the rain, cleaned it up a little bit, did some fun stuff with it. He showed me how it works and how things all connect and go together. So here's just kind of our simple unboxing and putting it together essentially.
In the Dual Shield program. The way how you get into the programs is to press that left button.
Okay.
And then there's all your programs. You can scroll through those with that knob. Mild Steel 023, Mild Steel 030, 030 with Pulse, 035, 035 with Pulse, 035 with iPulse production Pulse.
Can I use Pulse anytime, or is it specifically just for, what is it specifically for, like, do you want a chair?
No, I'm good. I don't want to sit down. I don't want to, then we're never got done.
Gotcha. So the Pulse there, is it only to be used for Dual Shield Flux? Or
No, Dual Shield Flux never has Pulse. So this is what you're gonna do when you so these programs where there's something written here, these are for Pulse. So let's say if you run 035 wire, right?
Okay.
This is 035 wire short circuit MIG, and you can run that with 92.8 or with 75.25. It doesn't matter on this, but once you go to the Pulse program, you really, technically here it says you could run it with 75.25, but it carves too much. Like a 90.10 or a 92.8 works so much better with Pulse. So if you had 035 wire in here, you select this program with 90.10 gas, and now it's single Pulse. The Pulse is full synergic. Here is your approximate material thickness.
Right.
At the end of this program, it's double Pulse off, means you're in single Pulse.
Okay.
Or you can put it in standard double Pulse standard. See this Pulse symbol comes on?
Gotcha.
Let me show you there. Or you can go into a full manual double Pulse. Now you can adjust your Pulse frequency, your Pulse duration, and the difference between high and low, which makes your nugget more defined.
Okay.
And now it says DPMAN, double Pulse manual.
Okay.
If you want to get out of the double Pulse and back to single Pulse, you just turn double Pulse off. Now you're in single Pulse because it says Pulse up here.
Right.
If you want to get out of Pulse, you need to pick the program one up, which is going to be, see, just synergic, no Pulse. So these are your steel programs in blue. This is all solid wire.
Okay.
In pink or purple, you have your aluminum programs, 53, 56, different diameters, different things, what they do.
Okay.
55, 54 for like the Ford trucks, 40, 43. And then in black, you have your stainless programs. In red, you have your silicone bronze brazing programs. And then in blue, you get back to steel. Flux core gasless. Flux core 035 with gas, Flux core gasless in 045, Flux core with gas in 045, what we have here. Select. So now you're in your Dual Shield program, and your Dual Shield program starts at, see, don't do this. Your voltage here stays at 0, 0 for the most part.
Okay.
Now me, Me personally, the way how this program is made, I like to be at +1 to be a little bit hotter than what the suggestion is. You see, here is a predicted amperage. There is your arc voltage, 25 volts. If I go back down to 0, I'm at 24.3.
So it went from red to black. What's that mean?
So this is your factory suggested setting. You're at 0. Okay. Once you deviate off the 0, it says, oh, watch, you deviated. Okay. Some people say, oh, at 157 inches a minute, I need about 17 volts. Well, let's put it to 8. I don't know why it's not 17 volts. You're at 30 volts, buddy. Yeah. Because you added the extra 8.
Ah, so they're trying to do. Okay.
So what happens is on an old classic MIG machine. This is how a MIG machine works. Here, manual, non-pulse, non-synergic, non-nothing. This knob gives you wire feed rate.
That's basically what I have right there.
This knob gives you voltage.
Yeah.
If you want a little bit more wire, you give it a little bit more wire. If you want a little bit more voltage, you give it a little bit more voltage.
That's exactly what I have sitting right there.
Yes. And people can grasp this, okay?
Yeah.
When you go into the program, now people are screwed up.
Okay.
So they say, well, I got 401 inches a minute, and I got no voltage. No, you got 28.2 volts. If you want
below what that is, right?
Yes, it's a deviation. Okay. Exactly. Okay. It goes below too. It goes -8. See, 20 volts, and +8.
How do you do negatives?
No, eventually you need negative. So what happens is, for example, if you weld and you say, man, I just need a little bit less voltage.
That's what I was kind of, this like a little, maybe it's not as thin as or thick as I thought it was.
No, then you just dial the whole thing down, the wire speed and the voltage together, which dials your thickness down. But so, on short circuit, it's not a big deal. Once you get into spray arc, see this sign here with the thing, with your cup? It's your arc length.
Right.
So if you do spray arc with steel and pulse, because pulse is always a pulsed spray arc, you need to have a longer stick out. With the Dual Shield too, you need a longer stick out.
Right.
And then with the spray arc, halfway between the gun and the metal, it turns from the solid wire into the spray. If you want the spray cone to be closer to the metal and narrower, you take voltage out, it moves to the metal. If you add voltage, it comes up higher and fans out more, you add voltage.
Okay.
That will be the class that'll take you a few hours. Like I said, the Dual Shield, I can teach you easy. The rest,
that's what I
will
really
teach you over the phone.
It feels like I went from driving like my 5-speed Honda Civic to like a Ferrari overnight, and I'm not going to be able to like whip it. You know what I mean?
Well, what we need to do, I can show you some stuff. I can
turn that. Is there anything setting on this thing?
Yeah. On. The beeping means flow alarm is not. There's still air in the lines.
Okay.
Eventually, it's supposed to stop.
Okay.
There we go. And you kind of always want to leave that on armed, because if you disarm it, you just kill the flow alarm. See if I start it? See, it doesn't beep. If I start it now, there's one beep before it comes on.
Just leave it on.
Just leave it on.
Okay.
So, your favorite settings, you're going to have 2 favorite settings. Anything out of position going vertical up,
okay,
you're going to be at roughly 250 inches a minute. And I'm going to be at +1 volt because I want to be there. And anything that is flat in position, like this here, you want to be at about 400. And those are the only 2 settings you're going to need. So what you could do is you could program them in the job menu and then recall them with a trigger. One click in the air with no thing, and it switches from 250 click to 400, and you can just weld them.
That's the advanced technique.
Yes.
Let me grab my jacket and my hood.
Yeah.
So you're like right here when I was on it.
Yeah, but then I was too close to it. You were wandering off too close to you.
I was down here, I wasn't up there. Totally. Like I see exactly what you're saying. Like I felt it immediately.
Yes. Okay. And then now the second pass, you can chip it, but you don't really have to. If you just nip the corner of that bead and you're coming in like this angle,
Right.
and just run another one straight in like this.
You're talking about the glove here. Over back on it.
That never had that problem. Me first here, that second one. I'm gonna.
Here, coach me. More about that later. Oh, look at that. Wow.
That's how you do it.
I was never out like that.
Yeah, you gotta come in like that for the second pass.
I'm trying to hop my hand through it.
Yes. Well, that ain't working.
I get like real man gloves that I go from
Yes.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Good.
And move. Move faster, 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 faster.
Hey, I hope everybody liked it. There wasn't a whole lot to this video. I've never ever welded with a machine like this before that was actually pretty capable and had all the options, and had no idea what pulse was and dual pulse and all that fun business. But please comment, subscribe, hang around for anything I've got going on. And I basically burnt up the Eastwood 250i on that welding table after all the welding. But thanks. See ya.